We're from Lakesville, Mississippi. I have a 2.5-year-old grandson, and when we arrived at the ability camp, he was unable to hold his head up, to hold a spoon, a fork, to feed himself, to drink by himself, do anything pretty much. He was just, as long as you work with him, he could do. But now, after 5 weeks of being here, he is able to feed himself, to hold his own cup, lift his hiney up, hold his feet up, walk. I mean, even with a walker, he's done so well through this 5 weeks of therapy.
I'm Patty.
Stages, the younger they are, because you can see the progress being made. So start as they're young. Don't wait till they're older in age, because you get so much more out of it by starting them little than you probably would as they get older, trying to teach them, because they have a tendency, even the little ones have a tendency of learning things their own way, their own method, and the older ones are just as the same, if not worse. So if you teach them when they're smaller, then you're able to do more with them.
Yeah. And when he is walking from Spencerville, Ontario, my son, he's 23 months old. We had debated honestly about cerebral palsy. They diagnosed it as a right hemiparesis, so he's not walking. When we brought him here, he wasn't walking. He wasn't using his right hand. He would keep it clenched the majority of the time. We were kind of, do we or don't we? When it came down to it, it was kind of one of those choices of, what if we don't do something? Are we going to regret this decision? I didn't want that on my conscience. I figured, you know what, there's something out there. We do need to do something. So we brought him, and since he's been here, his vocabulary has tripled since he's been here. He's walking with a walker now. He'll go from on a seat to pulling himself up on a walker. His method of movement was just butt scooting around the floor, and he just made such tremendous improvement that it's a decision we won't regret, and we're all hoping to come back here as a group in September 2012 to progress, because we believe so much that this has made such a miraculous difference in him that as a parent, it's not something that you'd want to pass up. It's something that if you can do it, try it, because you won't regret it.
And it's better just
I want to mention with the walker, he is using both hands to hold the walker. And he had it so tightly clenched that he would have to force something. He'd take his other hand and yank it out. Where now when we can stand him up to the walker, he readily takes both of his hands and places them on the walker. And it's just not something that we thought would happen so quickly. I mean, it's 5 weeks. You know, what can happen in 5 weeks? Well, lots can happen in 5 weeks. And we can only go forward from here. So I definitely, if you're thinking about it, definitely look into it, and it's something you should consider, because, you know, if it makes any bit of difference, well, it's worth it.
It's well worth it.
Yeah.